almost finished side quests. Almost. Age of Empires 3, you got it. Pika, I appreciate the penny, but I don't keep track of cents. I did not know Sci-Fi Debris was still making stuff. I stopped watching him years ago.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
Give me a few more months.
The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Like, I've already finished Voyager long before him, obviously, since, you know, I did that years ago, but it's funny. Give me a few more months and I will have finished covering all of Star Trek, all of Old Trek, way before him. Which I know sounds like a strange comment, but it amuses me, since back in the day I used to think of myself as trying to catch up to him, and now I have surpassed him just by miles and miles. Anyways, hi, jackass.
10 hut!
At ease. Rear Admiral Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd Scout Flotilla. You and the Normandy were slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
You remember how I mentioned how half this cast is speciest? I'm not joking.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is, Shepard? I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
You don't approve of the Normandy's design?
This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser. But no, we had to make nice to the Turians, throw money at a co-developed boondoggle. I'm here to make an inspection, Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Wow. Okay.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long.
No, you won't.
Commander, I'm not happy.
What did you find out of order?
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates, rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits at element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
I like to think that this guy is a complete moron. Because he is.
Men of limited vision said the same thing about early aircraft, submarines, and tanks.
There's two ways I could take that, Commander, but that is true. I suppose the early U-boats weren't much better. And we need to talk about your crew, Commander. Krogan? Asari? Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment.
Yeah, I noticed he doesn't mention Quarians.
Between Saren and the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
That assumes the hearts and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
Apparently not. Great.
None, sir.
Very well. I don't agree with any of this, but your reasons seem sound. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
Thank you, Pika. I will put that towards Xenoblade 1 and 2. I was just about to say, this dude is a rear admiral who claims there's no value or benefit in alliances with other people. I'm going to say it that way on purpose. And a stealth ship. Oh my god.
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
Yeah, it's one of those old statements, right? You'd like to think an admiral would know better. But unfortunately, in reality, it's more like...
Commander Shepard, sorry to bother you. This is Lieutenant Gerard down in the docking bay. There is a woman here. She was rescued from Batarian slavers a few weeks ago. She is from Mindwar. I guess she was taken in the raid on your town.
She's been a slave for the past 13 years? Is she all right?
Not really. She's a little messed up. She got free somehow, grabbed a gun from one of my guys. Now she's holed up here in the docking bay. She says she wants to die. I hoped you'd talk to her. It's a long shot, but you went through the same thing. The raid. I figured maybe you could talk her out of her tree.
I'm on my way, Lieutenant. Sit tight.
Anything you could do would be great. I don't want to... she's been through enough. I'll have my men stand by for you.
Well, we literally just were there, so...
Is it true humans stopped using the biotic implants you were fitted with, Lieutenant?
My headaches can be pretty bad, and I'm one of the lucky L2 implants. The L3s are safer.
That makes sense. What use is harnessing that power if it causes more harm than good to your people?
Long, Pika. They will be very long.
Commander, glad to see you.
Wish it were under better circumstances. Where is she?
Behind those shipping containers. I've got a sniper position, but I don't think we'll need him. She's only a danger to herself. We've got a sedative to calm her down, but we can't get close to her. Every step we take gets her more wound up.
I hope I don't need it. Tell your men to stand by.
Don't push her too hard. If she seems liable to pull the trigger, back off, or walk away. I am willing to wait her out. Good luck, Commander.
I kind of like this, by the way. I hate to talk about what I like to refer to as proper military, but you have the sniper ready just in case. Not because you're a warmonger, not because you're a psychopath, and not because you like killing people, but just in case. Your goal here is to calm this poor woman down and help her out. And that's the military, or at least that's what the military should be.
Huh.
Stop! Stop! What are you?
My name is Shepard. Lieutenant Gerard sent me to talk to you. What's your name?
Animals don't get names. The Masters put their symbols on her. Hot metal all over her back. She screams when they do it.
You're not an animal. Your parents. What did they call you? Do you remember them?
She remembers a lot of things. Talitha. They call her that. She doesn't remember the rest. Leave her alone.
I was on Mindwar. My parents died in the raid.
Lying! You get hit for lying! Get the buzz or the burning. Can't be there. Why are you alive? Why are you? Why aren't you like her? Broken, only fit to dig and carry.
For a while, I was broken. I lost my whole family, Talitha. My friends, my childhood. I had to pull myself up and keep going.
You lose your mommy and daddy, but you don't dig, you don't carry. You stand up. She wishes she could stand up.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
No, she's no good! Don't want to be handled again!
How did you get here? Did you escape?
She can't escape. They have chains, wires, needles. You go too far, they take your brains away. Animals like her come. Animals with guns. They make the Masters explode. She tries to fix the Masters so they won't be mad at her. She puts all the reds and purples back in, but they don't move. The other animals take her.
You were afraid. All you'd known for 13 years was the Master's abuse, so you tried to heal them.
She doesn't want to see other animals. They're not real. They can't be real. They can't see her. If the animals can see her, then this is real. But it can't be. The wires, the chains, the hitting. This doesn't happen to her. It's another girl. A dirty girl. A stupid girl. She deserves it. It happens to her. Doesn't it? They see her, so it's real. She doesn't want it to be real.
What happened to your parents?
She sees them. They're yelling, "Run! Hide!" They hit the Masters. But the Masters, they have lights and hoses. Daddy's... he's melting! Shh! She doesn't want to see that! Don't make her look! Don't look! Stupid, stupid!
I know it hurts, Talitha. I'm sorry. But you need to deal with this. What happened to them? Think.
When she thinks, water comes out of her eyes. The Masters beat her when she wastes water. So she doesn't think anymore. She sees them. Mommy and Daddy. Burning in white light, melting, going to pieces. They can't even say anything to her. They're dead, Shepard. They try to save her and the Masters burn them. Can she stop remembering now, please?
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
She doesn't want... Don't touch her!
What's the last thing you remember from Mindwar?
Fires. Smells of smoke and burning meat. Animals screaming as the Masters cage them. As they put the metal to their backs. Put the wires in their brains. She pretends to be dead. If she's dead, she can't work. But they know. She hopes to leave. But they put her in the pen. She didn't fight. She was already broken when they put the wires in.
Talitha, you were what, 6 years old? No one blames you for staying quiet and hoping they'd go away. The only person blaming you is you.
She wants to believe that. She wants to believe nothing would change. She doesn't want to be there anymore. In the pen, in the cages, lying quiet while they do things to her.
I'm going to take a step towards you now. Okay?
Please don't touch her. She's dirty. You'll catch it.
Talitha, this will make you sleep. If you fall asleep, they'll take you to a place where you can get better.
Will she have bad dreams?
I'm not going to lie to you. I just don't know.
She'd like that. It hurts when she when I remember me. But she wants to remember.
Couple ways through that quest, too.
Is it over, Commander?
She took the sedative. She wants to get better, Lieutenant.
Thanks, Commander. That means a lot. I didn't want to hurt her. It's just when I see her curled into a ball and shivering. She was only 6 when they took her. Why the hell are we out here if we can't even keep one little girl safe?
Good question.
Bad things happen to good people, Lieutenant. That's why you and I are here. Don't wring your hands over her. Help her.
Yes, sir. Thanks for your help, Commander. We are taking her to a counseling center. They'll help her get better.
You asked me, there's actually a question you currently have in the queue, Evo. Which boils down to horrible stuff. And, I've said many times horrible stuff doesn't exist in the extant. But then you asked something about torture. Oh, there it is, specifically. Stuff like this doesn't exist in the extant. God, what background was that? What background led to that? By having a brain, Plutonia. Colonist, thank you. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's one of those funny things. I actually don't have anything against Batarians, really. But, the Batarian government needs to go. If you're paying attention, this comes up a lot in fiction, where I don't really have anything against Species A, or Group Y, or Culture B, but certain organizational bodies, usually governments, are corrupt or rotten, usually to their core, and honestly just need to go. We'll actually learn more about just how bad the Batarian government is in 3 of all games. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. So, now Pika really, really didn't want to wait until that cutscene was over. Pika's just super impatient. So Pika asked 3 times in a row, do you think we could do an audit run of Detroit Become Human someday? I don't see why not. There's nothing preventing it from happening, but it would have to be funded like anything else. Hey, Dream Whisperer.
Alliance officials report that a Geth incursion into the Armstrong cluster has been repulsed, with the Geth suffering heavy casualties. In the event of future Geth activity, the Alliance plans to maintain a strong security presence in the area.
It's okay, I get the impatience, Yada. And by Yada, I mean Pika. Yeah, ironically, I have some tea, too. Just a little bit too hot, which means it's about perfect.
Commander Shepard?
Oh, hi, Al-Jalani. How are you? You know, I could use a you to recover from the that.
Khaleesa Bint-Seen and Al-Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions for our viewers?
Hold up. Switching hands. Switching hands. There we go.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join them is an honor.
Some have said your appointment is the Citadel throwing humans a bone. Have you encountered any situations where the Citadel asked you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
I like how that's the moment you could punch her. She's actually been fine up till now, but we can just slug her right then and there. I don't know. Do you think we should punch her? Here, I'll give you a hint, Evo. Breathe in peace and breathe out blessing to all, is what this one says.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
So the Turians have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Starting to earn it. Starting to earn it. Thank you, Pika. I will put that towards Detroit. Become human. Give me one moment, please.
Miss Al-Jalani, I wear the Alliance uniform. And if you think anyone other than me says where the Normandy can go, you're sadly mistaken.
No offense intended, Commander. I'm sure you have to follow the orders of your superiors. Of course, now your superiors are aliens. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren. Do you have any comment on that?
Time to shut you up.
I've had enough of your snide insinuations.
You son of a bitch! I'll make sure everyone in the Alliance sees that. Your career is over.
It was kind of uncalled for, but it's really satisfying. And she is a bitch, so... Alright, now that we've won her heart and mind. I know, hazardous. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just Alright, what am I doing with you right now? Lift. Right there. Back to lift. I heard Saren and I saw red. She was right there in front of me, snarking and being, you know, herself. Yeah, that's what I'm working on this a little bit here. Thank you, 10-headed Hydra. I will jot that down. Excuse me. For Overlord. I've actually done the full Paragon route with her several times. But as we all know, this isn't our canon character, so... so nobody in Mass Effect 1 or 2 are get-off-my-screen characters for me. Can anyone guess a get-off-my-screen character in Mass Effect for me? Yeah, I know. It's an easy guess. Now, can I think of a second get-off-my-screen character in Mass Effect?
No, I'm waiting to speak with... Commander Shepard, isn't it? My name is Admiral Kahoku. Is there something I can do for you?
You sent a recon team out into the Artemis Tau cluster?
Yes, that's right. They went missing a few days ago. I've been trying to find out what happened to them, but I keep getting the runaround from Alliance brass. Do you know something about this, Commander?
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. I had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared. An Alliance beacon used as bait, my unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it. Commander, I appreciate what you did. Now I need to do my part. The families of those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
It's nice to see an admiral who's not an asshole, so that's always something. Embassy Lounge. Dang it. If you're wondering why that keeps happening, this is the shift button, which in many games is the sprint button. So it's kind of a little bit of muscle memory of I need to hurry.
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I'm glad you're here. I must talk to you about my sister Dahlia. She's been kidnapped by slavers.
Dahlia's dead, Nasana, and I know she was blackmailing you.
And I was all set to try to manipulate you into hunting her down for me. But I guess that won't be necessary now, will it?
You wanted your sister dead?
If people found out my sister was a criminal, I'd be considered a security risk. They'd revoke my clearance, or place me on administrative leave until she was apprehended. I shall transfer a little something into your account as a token of my appreciation. I'm sure you'll find the amount satisfactory.
You're a diplomat on her way up the ranks. It could be handy to have a Spectre who owes you a favor.
You make a good point. Anyone can come up with credits, but I can give you authorization to purchase prototype Asari mods. I will get you added to our manufacturer's preferred client list. I think you'd be very interested in what they have available. Goodbye, Shepard. It has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Perfect. Maybe I can get out of this amazing armor I'm wearing. And my total lack of ass. Alright, so let's see here. So there's the Moon Quest. I've actually been deliberately not doing that yet. We're actually missing 2 Asari writings. Wow, 3 emblems. Lots of medals. Several ID tags. Yes, the Asaris are all female. Or rather, are all non-applicable. There's that. Is that it? Wow, okay. Guys are heading to the moon. So to be very clear, I've talked before about the difference between side quests and, you know, secondary quests, and tasks. Some of the stuff I'm doing, in fact, most of the stuff I'm doing, are side quests. They're low tier, but there is some story there, like the woman we just dealt with, or the Admiral and his missing men. You know, there's something there. Tasks, and this is one of the most clear-cut examples of this ever. These are tasks. Locate these medallions and ID tags. That's a task. Get these medals. There's no story here. There's no content. It's just a checklist that you're filling out. It's like a collectathon in an RPG. There's nothing to it, right? Find the 13 Turian emblems. Find the 10 Asari writings. That's a task. The keepers aren't actually a task because of the way they're constructed. So first of all, you get the keeper quest, and it looks like a task. But then, not only is this kind of highlights some interesting world building and some foreshadowing, but we have a second follow-up quest. Remember when we deal with the gentleman who's like, oh my god, my buddy wants to kill me. And that can go several different ways. And that's a full-on quest, so not quite a task. You know, I have no idea off the top of my head, Mag. If I could play any race in Mass Effect 1 to play the game as, what race would I pick? Well, I'd probably be Vanguard, so I'd probably be Asari. I agree with this here, Mike. I'm probably going to be flat neutral on them. I also wouldn't mind playing an engineer, a Quarian engineer, or I think it was a Krogan Sentinel. And yes, I'm just naming some of my favorite classes in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer, and no, I don't care. Was it a Vanguard? It was the one where you had a really good melee, and you had like a charge attack. Not like this biotic charge, the warp. I mean literally just a kong, smash kind of an attack. Which is hard as hell to aim, but if you get it properly, you can actually do some stun locking. And it was awesome. Anyways. So I did that, I did that, I did that. So I guess, yeah, we're going to the moon now. You ever want to go to the moon? Anything for the Diablo rewrite, Evo. I need to go to CSEC, don't I? So Croatia asks what the things are in the review. So I can actually answer that very easily. I'm going to at you something here, Croatia. And it's this. So that's where all those terms come from. One of the things it's not part of the website. Oh, I did forget him. You're right. It's not part of the website. It's just, this is the audit sheet I use to keep track of reviews, to help me remember things that I might have forgotten about, because I am fallible, and to also compare games directly side by side, one to another. So in order to do that, we tend to classify positives and negatives into categories, because the overwhelming majority of them can be classified into categories. So prime opt, for example, refers to primary optional, as opposed to MSQ, which refers to primary mandatory.
There are rumors on the extranet that you've been made the first human Spectre. That's incredible.
Get lost.
Being a Spectre is a big responsibility. I just want to make humanity proud.
The vids are all talking about Commander Shepard fighting for all of us back home. And they also say that you don't take crap from anybody. You're showing them what humans can do. Hey, can I get your picture?
I guess.
I don't have a problem with it, but why?
You're a hero, Shepard. Decades from now, humanity's going to remember you, and I'll have your picture. Just hold up your gun. Perfect. Thanks again, Commander. I'm gonna hang this in my living room. My wife will love it.
Anyways, while we're here, I actually do need to do a little inventory management, so forgive me. While we're doing this, let's see. And no, Evo, you can draw whatever you want to draw. I am not exactly your taskmaster. that you know of. But, what I was wondering... I mean, you're already drawing something else. You're drawing the... Oh, the assault rifle, didn't I? You're drawing the, Bojari. Hang on, Dreamless. Hang on, I gotta sort my inventory out. Give me a second. So impatient. God. Yeah, there's the Storm 8, which is probably what she's gonna be stuck with for a while. Do I have any armor? No. That's a really big cooldown bonus. That's an even bigger cooldown bonus. Holy crap, put that on. Jesus. Which, we're gonna have to have a chat, I think. As just. What did I scrap? What's going on here? I haven't scrapped anything. I don't really need that much Omnigel, so I don't plan to scrap anything, really. Now, what do we got here? Yeah, let's go with that, yes. Although, what's this look like? Nah. On appearance alone, we'll go with that one. I have no armor for you, because of course I don't. I have an amazing Omni tool, so screw all that nonsense. Do I have any armor I can equip this? Oh, hey, that's actually... Yes! I'm free! That's everything. Baiting something. Yeah, I think I will do that. Casual? Jesus. Here, Alenko. You might need this. Wink. Thank you, Commander. I don't know what you're implying. I'm not implying anything. Now walk away like playing with a knife.
I need those supplies for my clinic. I can't.
You can and you will, or your story won't stay secret for long. Don't disappoint me, Doctor.
Oh, Commander Shepard. I didn't see you come in.
Every time I come in here, I see someone threatening you. Who was that?
Someone from my past. I can take care of it.
I might be able to help you.
I was fired by my previous employer for giving out free medical supplies to clinics like this. They never filed any charges, they just wanted me to leave without any fuss. But somebody must have found out. Now they are blackmailing me. I have to give them what they want. If the board finds out about my past, I could lose my license. They'll shut my clinic down.
Maybe I can get you out of this. Tell me what they want.
I have to give some of my medical supplies to a merchant in the markets. They expect delivery today.
Give me your contact's name. I'll deal with this guy, whoever he is.
Deal with him? But won't they expose my past?
I'll make sure they don't tell anyone.
I was told to speak with a merchant named Morlan, down in the markets. I really appreciate this, Commander. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't worry. I'll take care of this.
Good luck, Commander. Be careful down there.
I'm not running any mods, if that helps, Mag. Alright, let me go deal with them appropriately. First, by jogging casually. I wouldn't worry about that, Croatia. None of that matters to you.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
You were expecting a delivery of medical supplies?
But I was told the doctor would be bringing them.
Change of plans.
A change, but the doctor... I don't... This is not right, human.
Shut up, Moorland. I told Baines you'd screw this up. What the hell's going on here? Who are you?
Leave the doctor alone, or you'll have to deal with me.
We can end this if you just bring me those supplies. Otherwise, I'll start telling people about the doctor's little secret.
Her secret stays buried, or I bury you.
Hey, hold on! I'm just the middleman here. This is way more than I bargained for.
Damn it, I should have just killed him.
Thank you, human. It is good to see him humbled so.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke with the doctor.
What do you know about Baines?
I have never met him, human. I only worked with the one who spoke
What do you
with
know
the
about Baines?
I have never met him, human.
Goodbye.
Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
I don't know why I find that so funny. I feel like 40 is how old Solarians live to be. I could be wrong about that. I have played, beaten, and streamed, as well as reviewed Disco Elysium on camera. Hated everything about that game. God, just one of the worst games. Just the worst.
Commander, how did things go?
He won't be bothering you anymore.
Really? That's a great relief, Commander. Thank you. I can't pay you for your help, but I can give you a discount on any supplies you purchase here.
The thug said he worked for a man named Baines. Sound familiar?
Baines? I wonder if he means Armiston Baines. We worked together a long time ago.
What can you tell me about him?
Last I heard, the Alliance military was contracting him for some research in the Traverse.
Captain Anderson might know him.
We'll see what the captain can tell us.
I wish I could tell you more. Is there anything else I can help you with, Commander?
Let me take a look at what you have for sale.
Of course.
Damn, that is a nice mod. Which I'm going to buy. Yoink. Damn, I'm going to buy that mod too. And that one. I'm going to sell a whole lot of other stuff. Actually, hang on, let's do this. There we go.
Yes, Commander. Is there something I can do?
Let me take a look
Of
at
course.
Might be here a minute. I like most of the Citadel music, honestly. Like, there's the wards, there's the Presidium, and then there's like that kind of... I feel like there's a third song. I can't remember what it is, but there's three, damn it, and I like all of them. I just, no, cannot speed this up. Okay. How's your day going? Oh, let's see here. Do I think... oh, hang on, sorry. So how do I rank the Mass Effect 1 companions? Just in Mass Effect 1. Just in Mass Effect 1. Yeah, no kidding, Grace. Yeah. I would probably put Rex on the top. Even just in Mass Effect 1, Rex is a fantastic character. Yeah, I know, Sierra Mike, but here's the funny part. What button does that? I know there's nothing here, but there's nothing... Yeah. Anyways. So yes, Rex is my faves. After Rex, just in Mass Effect 1, I would probably then go with Garrus. And then Tali. And then Ashley. Then Liara. And I guess Kaidan is the only character left. We have not been to any major planet other than to recruit Liara. If it makes you feel any better, Ross, my opinion on Kaidan has actually gotten worse this time around. So I need to go to CSEC, I think? Scorn? Is that the horrifically gross game that I outright forbid? Just based on looking at it for 5 seconds? Because if it is, then yes, I have seen Scorn. Yep, that's the one. Mega vetoed. Like, so many levels of vetoed. He's just so much more bland than I even remembered Ten-Headed Hydra. Like, I've been paying attention to him and trying to, you know, get a feel for him, and he's just...
One sec, looking you
bad.
up. Hello, Commander.
Show me what you've got.
Sounds good. Just let me set you up. Oh, this must be a mistake. System's telling me to offer you our select stock. Spectre? Well, I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was you. Sorry, Commander.
Just show me what you've got.
I'll open the rare stocks for you, Commander. Enjoy.
So yeah, what can we afford, huh? Some real gear here. So that's... Oh, we've got a decent war chest. Too shabby. Yeah, this is one of the first times I've done this without using the money trick. So yeah, funny thing. I've never liked Kaidan before because I have universally played FemShep. And not only does he hit on you rather unabashedly, but he also does that thing where he just sort of assumes you're in a relationship. In fact, and I've shown this off on camera, if you just talk to him, just normally, and then go pursue a relationship with Liara, in the middle of it she will say, but we need to talk about your relationship with Lieutenant Lelenko. It's like, I'm sorry, what? Now, I know, there's reasons for that and blah, 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 but what I'm mentioning here is for the longest time, I sort of assumed my dislike of Kaidan was because of him hitting on me. Now I'm playing a guy. And now that I am playing a guy, I can definitively say that I really dislike Kaidan as a character. Alright, so let's get Kaidan the really nice assault rifle. Let's just grab that monstrosity there. I want the really nice pistol, of course. Oh wait, we actually got some options, don't we, here? So do I want the... I want that thing, you know. And then let's get some armor. Some more armor. I think that's actually it. Get some licensees while I'm here, just for the fun of it. And I have to get the sniper rifle. I have to. That's just required by law. Yes, please. Let's get you the nice sniper rifle. There you go. Now that is a sniper. And by sniper rifle, I mean assault rifle, excuse me. I don't even have any mods for that slot. That's funny. Alright, because I just sold them all. That makes sense. And you... Yep, that is still better. Enjoy the death shotgun, Tolly. Well, up to me. I'll go and take the death pistol. And Caden's just carrying everything like, oh, be right with you, Commander. Let's see. I think that's everything. I'll go ahead and equip the awesome sniper rifle for myself, because of course I will. A right-click does nothing. So, look to the left of the name, because I didn't see it until literally 5 seconds ago. But there's this extremely hard to see trash can right there. If I click that, that's what flags it for trash. So that's the answer to that equation. Interesting. I very barely can see that right here, and I've got this going on with my screen too. That is extremely indistinct. It's really obvious when you light it up like that, right? Like, you could probably see that immediately. But I could not see that until I just happened to be staring at it while right-clicking it, as Sierra Mike was suggesting. Anyways. We got a point. Yeah, sure. What am I doing with you? Oh, yeah, medicine. Oop. And then you are actually doing armor right now. See you around, J. Palmer. I need to mess with the face a bit more, but I'll do that in Mass Effect 2, since I have a good reason to. Okay, we're geared up. We've done all of our side quests, with one notable exception, and that, of course, is the moon.
Alliance officials have raided a dangerous cult controlled by a former Alliance officer, Major Kyle. Major Kyle and his cultists refused to surrender and were killed in the resulting firefight.
Oh yeah, I want to suggest a positive to story for the elevators. Question mark?
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I can also see a negative
Log.
to gameplay.
The commanding officer is aboard. XO Presley stands relieved.
Yeah, I don't think I'd give more than one. There's not that much substance there, but it's a nice background lore and some occasionally good banter.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander, Ms. Al-Jalani's story on you just aired. The brass isn't happy with the way you treated her. This comes straight from the Joint Military Command.
Sir, she was gonna make me look bad no matter what I said.
Well, there were better ways to handling it than knocking her on her ass. As satisfying as it was to see.
See?
Just wanted to let you know what the response was back home. I won't keep you any longer. Fifth Fleet out.
Even Hackett agrees. Punching her was the right choice. There were other ways. We should have shot her and then kept shooting the corpse. The alien audiences are like, damn, that Shepard is awesome. We need to keep that going.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Shepard, this is Admiral Kahoku. I found out who set that trap for my men. The ones killed by the Thresher Maw.
It was...
Hope you get this message. It was a group called Cerberus. An Alliance Black Ops organization. Top secret, highest level security clearance. They vanished a few months ago. Dropped right off the grid. Nobody knew where they went or what they were up to. They've gone completely rogue, Shepard. They're conducting illegal genetic experiments, trying to create some kind of super soldier.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Proof, but I found the coordinates for one of their research worlds. I'm uploading them with this message. They're completely out of control. Somebody needs to stop them. I've done my part. Now it's up to you. This is probably the last you'll hear from me. Cerberus is after me now. I need to disappear before they find me.
Hey, look, it's the planet Pluto. There we are. Cerberus gets a huge retcon twice, if you think about it. They are literally different between 1 and 2, and then between 2 and 3. And fire! Oh, sorry. What am I looking at, actually? Is that India? No, that is actually North America. I see the Gulf. Alright, Ross. Let's see here. Where am I going? Whoops. Well, I got the follow or the bot going again, but now it's recording something it shouldn't. Hang on, let's see if we can turn it off really quick. What the? God, that would be funny. Off. I'm afraid I cannot, Evo. Hang on. Read my mind, Evo. No, not that part. Not that part. No! Oh, Ross, check it out. So, you know, there's the Gulf, in case you can't see it. So, right about there. Special delivery. Dude, Shepard would get tons of chicks with the Mako, regardless of their gender. Says you, little Billy. I pick up chicks all the time in a tank. Thank you very much. Ah. Shoot. Okay, that's bad. That's a failure. Yeah. Alright, have some Omnigel. Reduce everything to Omnigel. Alright, worth it. Sure, you can run like this on the moon. You know what else you can do on the moon? Yeah, alright, just making some cycles. Yeah, I just roll up in my giant battle mech. My dire wolf. With quad ERPPCs, and I'm just like, hey! What's up? I can't do it. I can't do it. You, want to find out why they call it clan style? Who's shooting at me? Not really, Evo, no. As mentioned earlier, Mass Effect 1, the original, didn't actually really have a physics engine, So, could you stop shooting at me, please? Person who I'm not going to name out loud, because spoilers. Yeah, we just put a mass effect on the moon. It's easy. No, it did not, TSP. Alright, let's see here. So I want you to use the Death Doom, and that's actually it. Oh, I know, Loner. The clans actually piss me off. Like, I was a proud clanner for a while there, and unashamed in that. And they just kept getting worse. Like, they never stopped getting worse, you know? It was just this slide. So, loud noise warning. If I could find what I'm looking for. There it is. Got it. Just barely. Alright, let's do it. Bring it. Yep, got a level agility. Where's number 5? 1. I have no idea, Act. Truthfully. Everyone's a badass, and then Shepard kicks down the door, and in-universe actually has the Doom music playing out of his suit. I do like things being neat and organized, Evo. I'll fix you, person who I don't know who you are. I know, Tiny Hippo. I don't get it either. I think we can all agree Doom is better. Yeah, just have a suit of... I need to invent that for some ridiculous game or another. Just have, like, some kind of armor that's literally just speakers. Just staggered speakers. And of course they have like sonic attacks. Get the dubstep gun straight out of Saints Row 4, I think it was. Put up the beat. Yeah, Bossa Nova sucked, though. We need to go full tilt with it. Like, actually have that be their thing, rather than just having, like, one speaker. I mean, come on. One speaker? Give me a break. We can do better than that. We have the technology. Can I not go into this bunker? Oh my god, I don't think I can go into this bunker. Nope, it's right there. I'm just blind. Hey, Rogue Jedi, welcome to death. You're right. I should let the in-game music play. Okay, back to Doom. Someone just mentioned Doom music. I was like, you know what? This lack of music is bugging the crap out of me, and I'm already giving it a negative, so... Screw it, you know? We'll never get through. Damn right, we killed the Archdemon right here. This actually is the Archdemon fight. Not quite what it used to be, but by golly, we're gonna make it work. Truly. They were thinking of the best boss designs ever. They were thinking of this fight. Okay, fine. We'll change playlists. Slightly. But first, I do want to say thank you very much, Oni. I do always appreciate those subs. Thank you. If you want to put that towards something, please let me know. That was the end credit music from Doom Eternal Ancient Gods Part 2, specifically. It's kind of like seminal Doom music, so it comes to my mind immediately when I think of it. And I don't mean that, like, facetiously. I've actually studied the design of the song. It's fascinating, really. Save. And now to do the last one. You know, I'm not sure. I know they changed the composer, but I forget when exactly they did it. I'm not sure if it was for Doom Eternal in general, or if it was just for the expansion. to waggle. I hate that. Yeah, no, I'm actually kind of the same way. You'll notice I tend to not sprint very often, despite being extremely hate my time being wasted kind of a person. A burst of white noise bursts over frequencies and deafens you. Your hard suit heads-up displays it as that. They repeat again and again, blanketing all frequencies until the lights in the final VI cluster flicker and die. We now have our specialization. We can make operative, which reduces recharge time and improves overloaded sabotage, or not operative, which of course we're taking operative. H-E-L-E. Yeah, one of the best boss fights in all of Doom 5, honestly. The gladiator fight. So as much as I like this song, we need to go ahead and get on with it. So we're done here. We have done the things. Let's go do this. So this is Voyager Cluster, Yangtze. Gondor was busy being run by a corrupt and foolish regent, and being driven into the ground by continuous attacks from a superior foe. Now, I have to go murder Zedslayer really quick. Just a moment here. Oh, and someone asked, I don't believe we have reviewed Doom 4 or 5 under the current system, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure where they land with regards to the Oblivion line. We've streamed both games. So it looks like 4 and 5 did not qualify before the line. We've also got 1 and 2 on the books somewhere. We haven't actually streamed those yet, though. That'll be fun. I mean, have you seen Minas Tirith, Lolimlas? Good lord, that country was not doing poorly. Who? Who's Kerberos? Well, whoever they are, I sure hope they don't retcon them in both of the sequels coming up. Separately. I can't omni-gel the minerals. Funny if that actually qualified. I would honestly not rather live in some place like Minas Tirith. So most people say Cerberus. Caribous is arguably an acceptable pronunciation. Like, It kind of depends. The older a language gets, the less clear pronunciations tend to be. Cough, cough. Kaiser. Cough, cough. Honestly, just the 1 in 1, I would say Lola Lost. The 1 in 3 is just a bunch of stupid idiots who have no idea what they're really doing. But in 1, there's just a whole bunch of really evil stuff. No, Oni. What about you? Wait, why do I get negatives? Why do I get stabbings for giving a game negatives? Oh, right, because it's the internet. That makes perfect sense. Never mind. Question rescinded. Well, in 1, they're just really evil. Like, really, really evil. We'll get to it. Like, honestly, they're kind of hysterically evil. Circuit Corporation levels. Appropriate when you think about it. In 2, well, in 2, they're evil or renegade with good intentions.
Cerberus has other bases on this world, Commander.
Thorian creepers, by the way. Missed that. And then in 3, they're badly written evil. Like, add to that, honestly. I'm still trying to get it properly formatted in general, Mr. Red. Not saying it's a terrible idea, I'm just saying. Although, as is, it does take people's names, I just don't always say them out loud. Enjoy burning to death, buddy. When does evil move comically evil to legitimately evil? Generally speaking, when it's better written. I know, that's not really a good answer, but it is the truthful answer. Comically evil can be well written, but generally isn't. There's so much Phoenix gear here, this is hysterical. See, now I'm challenging myself to think of an example of something that's comically evil that's actually well written. That isn't being done for deliberate humor, I should clarify. Because if you're just trying to be humorous, then yeah. Like, there's a reason that's often referred to as Saturday morning cartoon villain evil. Not that I'm aware of, Lola Moss, no. Did we grab this spot? Did we already hack this mineral node? I think we did. Comically evil. Let's see. See, that's what I'm just thinking of right now. Handsome Jack? You know what? I'll give you that one. Handsome Jack is... I mean, okay. You could also just say Borderlands, the whole setting. Really. Because the whole setting... Let's put this as bluntly as we could. If you took Borderlands and played it straight, you know, just played it as if it was a completely serious science fiction setting, it would be extraordinarily dark and horrific. Borderlands is just awful of a setting. But the whole thing is played with this coat of neon paint and slapstick and ridiculousness because that's part of the shtick of Borderlands, right? So something that should be absolutely horrific, Rachni, isn't. Borderlands, Jesus. Yeah, exactly. Borderlands is legitimately terrible. But then again, you could say the same thing about Fallout in some ways. Although that's at least debatable.
I wonder what Cerberus horrors we'll find at the next base.
Yeah, we've already found Arachni and Creepers. Yeah, I was going to say, that's why I said it could be debated, because Fallout 1 is just horrific, and that's part of the point. From Fallout 2 and onwards, they decided to lean into the humor angle in order to try and lighten up the overall tone of the setting. So 2, 3, New Vegas, 4, even Tactics and Brotherhood, really, are less horrific than they probably should be. In a good way. Oh my god, that's awful, Mr. Red. Why would you ever play Borderlands 1? Ugh. God, ugh. Ugh. Ah, okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh, Jesus. Alright, is I can answer that question. Who in God's name told you that Borderlands 1 was a good game? I mean, I know your tolerance for slow, boring slog is way higher than mine, Mr. Red. But, wow. Yeah, we need to hunt down whoever told you that and just kind of apply a 4x4 to their face for a while. Jesus. You were done dirty, sir. It's like saying, I mean, you don't really need to play the rest of the Zelda's franchise if you just play Zelda 1.
Yes, sir.
That, like, seriously, that's actually not that bad of a comparison to what that is. I'm sorry, Borderlands 1 is... So, let me go ahead and explain this. So, do I think Borderlands 1 is a bad game? Do I think Borderlands 1 is a boring game? Yes. Borderlands 1 is like having... So, let's go back to the food analogies, because I love food analogies. It's like a plate of slightly too dry and definitely going stale bread. And that's it. That's the whole plate, is just dry, stale bread. There's worse foods, but that's it. And did someone break the question bot? No, the question bot's working, although I don't have a thing here. I don't have a question from you. Here, let's restart the question bot, see what's going on here. Well, let's just say you don't have a toaster, Croatia. Or an oven. Or a fire. Or anything whatsoever. You have no tools. Also, the only way to eat the bread is to go through the whole thing of bread, at which point they reveal your second course, which is also bread. There's no plate. You're in the woods with stale bread. Yeah, actually, I like that. It's MRE bread, or worse, hardtack. You ever have hardtack? Because I've had hardtack. Ugh. How stale? Hardtack. I know that's not really stale, but I think it describes it adequately. And yeah, as you eat, like, they put out the second piece of bread, and that one's actually somehow more stale. I know, man. I was just waiting for that. Oh yeah, you don't get any water either. That's important. Croatia is absolutely correct. I know that sounds like a joke, but I'm being serious. Borderlands 1 is like dry, stale bread without water. Without any kind of liquid. Let me say this as clearly as I can. I would rather play Borderlands 3 than 1. Again, in both cases, I should probably add.
One last stop tonight, Commander. We owe Kahoku that much.
Okay. Moving on. How does the Umbrella Corps manage to exist in Resident Evil? Well, that's a good question. Let me ask you a related question, Don Crow. How do they manage to make viruses that allow you to manifest tons and tons of additional matter out of thin air and grow eyeballs the size of cassava melons on your shoulders? Wait, Kahahu's in that room? Holy crap. I'm really not paying attention. Now, I'm not trying to pull the, game's not realistic angle. What I'm trying to say is Resident Evil has never concerned itself with making sense. That's not Resident Evil's thing. So Resident Evil, specifically, is, pretty big on, being ridiculous. No. I'll make sure he's dead. Oh, absolutely, Sierra Mike. I actually liked him. He was a decent admiral. Oh, the Dead Space is another just undead magic setting. At the very, very beginning of Dead Space 2, this guy gets stabbed in the chest. Seconds later, his skin rips off his face in order to try and attack you. Now, I'm sure that sounds horrifying and all, but I want you to remove the disgust for a second. And think about that from a clinical and detached perspective. Because what muscle on that person's body is allowing his skin to cleanly detach itself from his face in order to form claws to attack you with? Like, that is straight up magic. I mean, the thing runs on the extremely vague terminology of biomass. All it needs is biomass, and it's got this. I mean, he's been dead for a few years, Don Crow, so who knows at this point. Is it a game developer? I don't know, hang on, let me hack this mineral really quick here. Okay. That should be all of the side quests. Let's get a planet done, shall we? Let's also delete some questions. Favorite Loxana Troy episode? The final TNG one. I don't remember the name. Report back to who? Who am I reporting back to? Oh yeah, I got it. Hang on. Damn it! We're not done yet. Ah! Okay. Nephron, Columbia, Voyager. Would I recommend Borderlands 2? End sentence. Yes. Borderlands 2 is probably the best game in the franchise. I actually rather liked pre-sequel. Not a lot of people did, but I was one of those who enjoyed it. Would I recommend Borderlands 3? No, unless you have a bunch of friends to play with, in which case it is at least tolerable. And that's as good as Borderlands 3 gets. Tolerable. That's as high as that goes. Give me a second here. Stray and the Shantae block. Thank you, as always, for being a part of the show, Sean. I did actually answer that question earlier, Evo, when you asked it. However, I will answer you once again. You see, but then I realized Croatia, and that, honestly, it just kind of makes everything better, you know what I mean? I have not played Stray, so I cannot speak to that. So here's the much more truncated answer, Evo. No. I have not dreamt of being another person. Even when I am playing Mexican, even when I'm playing another character, it's very clearly me playing a role, you know what I mean? It's like acting or role-playing. It's still me. Croatia makes everything better. Mexican food also makes everything better. Okay. Thoughts on Elon Musk? Elon Musk is an asshole. Any questions? No, I meant his recent stuff. No, my answer doesn't really change all that much. God damn it, please do not install Borderlands 1. I cannot not recommend Borderlands 1 enough. What are you talking about, Canada Banks? My mech goes fine. Well, it's like this. Let me try and explain it this way, Evo. So, picture that my identity is a nuke, okay? And this nuke is, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. And this nuke... Hold up. Everything's fine. You know what I'm glad I don't get anymore? For a while there, I had two crowds of people who would regularly bash me and just leave negative comments on the YouTube section. And both people were completely separate groups, but they had a very similar message. One group said, you know, look, it's lore only recommending a 20-year-old game again. Why doesn't he like any modern games? Is he just in love with his nostalgia goggles? The other group was, Lord doesn't understand that new games suck. I don't understand why he only likes newer games. He needs to see that older games are just better in every way. And I got those two groups' comments for a really long time. It was really weird. Listen, just because your sports ball team sucks is not my fault, is what I'd say if you supported the Raiders. Because you wouldn't support the Raiders, right? What the hell is a Hyperloop, Act? Or Manchester City, if you want to go with the other football. So, where the hell am I? I'm here. I didn't actually need to go here. Oh, let's go here. So, I just stall in the air for a second there. I think Shepard has a driver's license for the Mako. Do you need a driver's license for a tank in real life? Asking for a friend. So Free asks a really good question. Favorite game of the 2020s so far? That's a good question. Damn. Well, in that case, Shepard definitely has his license. So let's see. What has come out in the last 2 years? That's Cyberpunk? No. I enjoyed Cyberpunk, and in fact, I had an idiot comment on one of my videos that my opinions on all RPGs are invalid because I gave Cyberpunk a positive score. Last of Us Part 2? No. Big no on that one. Let's see what else we got. Ghost of Tsushima was legit. Had some issues, but was still a very legit game. Definitely enjoyed that. Doom Eternal came out in 2020. I didn't know that. Honestly, Doom Eternal wasn't as good as Doom 4, but it was still very good. It's just, you know, it wasn't the greatest thing ever. Psychonauts 2? Really? Is Psychonauts 2 that recent? Wow. So Psychonauts 2, absolutely fantastic game. Yeah, I'm kind of deliberately not mentioning Metroid Dread, because what I'm trying to think of is, has any game come out in the last 2 years that surpasses Metroid Dread? And I don't think there is. I don't think we're gonna beat Metroid Dread. Metroid Dread was legit. I will not do an audit run of Cyberpunk, no. However, if and when the DLC run gets funded, it's actually already on the list, we will run through the DLC. Yeah, Nerazaz is right. I only love modern games because I was asked to think of my favorite game that came out in the last 2 years. Well, I mean, it makes perfect sense why they would, Don Crow, and I've already explained this, so forgive me for the repetition. CD Projekt Red were the golden children. They were the golden boys. And that you may think, well, that means they'd forgive them more, right? Actually, it works the exact opposite of that. If you're the golden child, then what they demand is more of you. And so if you screw up as the golden child, the backlash tends to be more. See Actiblizzard, that is to say Blizzard, for another example of that. Oh, I didn't like all the things. I would put that in my top 5, 10, 15, 20, or 87. Now, I'm not saying that these companies don't deserve to get some crap. I'm saying, if you're one of the golden children, the lashback for you sucking is a lot worse. And it's easy to explain this. All you have to think of is the last EA game that sucked. And think about the backlash to that game sucking. I bet you can't even think of one off the top of your head, because the feedback and the outrage was so mild that it probably died out inside of a week, because everyone expects that of EA. Get Battlefront 2. How many years ago was that? You get my point. Yeah, nobody cries about EA because we expect them to suck. People cry when a proven company starts sucking. You can argue that's with good reason, and I'm not going to argue against that. Really, I'm not. I actually understand and even agree with that general mentality. If I go to a crummy restaurant and get a crummy meal, that's... I mean, I knew what I was getting into. If I go to a nice restaurant and get a crummy meal, what the crap? Lore has not played any Yakuza game other than 0 and Kiwami 1. Both on camera. Oh yeah, and Judgment, which I wasn't counting because Judgment can go to hell. Really didn't like that game. Okay. Why didn't I what? Act. Why didn't I get a donation from 10-Headed Hydra? Well, I was thinking to myself, you know, I don't really want a donation from 10-Headed Hydra. 10-Headed Hydra is too amazing for me. Like, I can deal with, like, 2 heads. Maybe 3. Get up to 10? I don't know how to deal with that. Sorry, I keep sprinting. Sorry, Evo. I'm just trying to hurry it up. I'm also... Oh, each head donates. You know, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I've heard Lost Judgment is a lot better, yeah. So, brief version why I didn't like Judgment. The side quests were boring, which is a criminal offense for a Yakuza game, in my opinion. The game wasn't funny, which is a criminal offense for a Yakuza game, in my opinion. The main plot wasn't engaging and, you know, well done, which is a criminal offense for a Yakuza game, in my opinion. And worst of all, with very few exceptions, the combat wasn't fun, which is a criminal offense for a Yakuza game, in my opinion. I should probably mention that there are a couple of exceptions to that throughout the course of the game. Like, I've played worse, you know what I mean? But it was just a colossal disappointment. Like, for example, I'm not going to spoil who it is, but the final boss of Judgment is actually really awesome. Best fight in the entire game. I was just like, oh, well, this is actually really good. And I was all of a sudden enjoying myself. It was the weirdest sensation. I was enjoying myself playing a video game. And I reached down and I found the great critic spirits that were possessing me. I almost said obsessing me. I ripped them out. Flung them out. To be gone. You are no longer welcome among us. So, 10-Headed Hydra just donated $150 for Borderlands 1. Thank you very, very much, 10-Headed Hydra. Always appreciate that support. Muchly appreciate. Thank you. No. However, I will put that towards Overlord. And thank you, Ross. I will put that towards the Raiders being the worst.
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're going to want to hear this one.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
If you know something about Cerberus, you'd better tell me.
I suspect I know less about Cerberus than you do. I am merely an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
These are classified Alliance files. I'm not handing them over to you.
Be reasonable, Commander. Cerberus was operating outside Alliance jurisdiction. You don't owe them any loyalty. The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive. But no secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands. Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
What are you going to do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
So, do me a favor, Mr. Red. Oh, I did get a donation from Zeiss. Holy crap. I legitimately didn't see that. And now I'm going to deliberately ignore it. Thank you, Zeiss. I do always appreciate you. I will put that towards Forbidden Death. AKA Borderlands 1. Oh wow, I can't skip this. Someone else saying something. Mr. Red! Mr. Red! Top 3 biggest falls from grace that I can think of. Blizzard. My real life biological parents.
Atmosphere.
And
The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Coming up in a report later today, Emily Wong investigates corruption on the Citadel and uncovers a full-blown crime syndicate.
That's... Congrats, Emily Wong, the actual reporter. No, Wong's the real one. Al-Jilani. She's the twat. Damn it, I lost Mr. Red. He's gone! Yeah, I like Wong. She's cool.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
Oh my god, don't remind me about Jessica Chobot. Don't. Or the fact that you can have sex with her for some reason. Which is just... Like, I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to think about adding a character who is very clearly and demonstrably based on a real-life, you know, like, personality, and then add them as a romance option in a game. There's some connotations going on there.
Yes, Commander?
What do you know about Armiston Baines?
Where did you hear that name? Never mind, I don't want to know. Baines is dead. Has been for quite some time.
The people I spoke with seemed to think he was still alive.
It's not common knowledge. Military's keeping it under wraps. Baines was doing some high-level work for the Alliance. Stuff even I wasn't aware of. One day he turns up dead on a drifting scout ship. Everyone suspects it was foul play, but it was never officially investigated.
What can you tell me about the ship?
I don't know much about it. You should talk to Admiral Kahoku. One of his crews discovered Baines' body.
I spoke to Kahoku. He never brought it up.
You should mention Baines the next time you see him. See if he'll tell you anything. Is there anything else, Commander?
Well, I think we just failed that quest because Kahoku is frickin' dead.
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Cool. Alright, well, that was a waste of time. Alright, Mr. Red, we need to figure out what the hell is going on with your clip feature. Because I don't have that issue. So, let's rewind a minute. Let's start with some really basics. What browser are you using? Oh, that quest leads to the Cerberus quest? That's funny. Well, whatever. It's also possible the clips are just down in general because Twitch is Twitch. Which, you know, is its own
Tally,
problem.
why do you Quarians wear those suits all the time? Is it a cultural thing?
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
Oh, well, I'll try not to sneeze. Huh.
Yeah, Caden's just trying to hit on her. Let's just be honest.
Stand by, shore party.
Caden noticed the only person who actually has hips on this ship. Me. But
The commanding officer is aboard. XO
I'm taken with
Presley
my one true
stands
love,
relieved.
Presley. The Fantastic Beasts movie? Well, there's 3 of them, and I've only seen 1, and they were all very problematic, very mistake movies. Yes, that's Carthonassi. That's Caden. Okay, now we're done with all the side quest stuff. Yay. So, what do you think? Noveria or Pharos first? Okay, that was really funny. I don't know how that looks on chat, but on my end, what I literally got was Pharos Noveria. Pharos Noveria. It's about right, really. Earth, done! Noveria it is. Yeah, we did all the side stuff. Well, most of the side stuff. I didn't learn anything new, but I always like to recover my tracks, just to be sure. I do try to be thorough in my reviews.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Eh.
Equalizing interior.
Favorite sassy character in all of fiction? Oh, geez, I don't know. No, Croatia. I usually don't. We're trying to do glitchless because this is a view. Crassius Curio. You know what? That's a good pick. I like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Space Cadet. No jokes, just sorries.
Pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. XO Presley has the deck.
That's far enough.
We're not here to cause problems.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect. I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Novaria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
Let's not start a fight.
I'll be behind you. That armor's in good condition?
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs. Behave yourself.
I've heard some players don't like that little confrontation. I'm not sure why. These people are just doing their friggin' jobs. Some random person shows up, a human, no less, claiming to be a Spectre. Your reaction should be, uh-huh. We're gonna need your weapons. Honestly, I would have done the same thing, and they were being pretty polite about it, too.
Weapons detectors, don't mind the alarms.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Ananias. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
So, they'll talk a little bit about this in a minute, but Novaria is the Weyland-Yutani planet. That's wrong. Weyland is the... Weyland. Novaria is the corporate sector. Corporations are legally protected to do all kinds of things here, legally. And as a consequence, the place is actually pretty tightly locked down, as it should be, again, in all honesty. That's one of the reasons why this place is so rife for things going as badly as they do, because, duh, essentially.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia? She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeas for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
And in an alternate reality, you're my alternate self's one true love, so...
Welcome to Port Hanshan, the galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
The managers warned us about you.
I'll kill you! Aw, it won't let me. Damn it! Yeah, Ilium is a much more interesting take on this, if I might be so bold, but that's because that's the underside, whereas this is the overside, as I have said many times.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan. News travels fast here. Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs. You want me to use my status to smuggle for you? That is not inaccurate.
No.
I'm supposed to uphold the law, not break it. This one understands. The offer shall remain open. It truly needs the help.
Uh-huh.
Could I buy something now?
Of course. This one apologizes for inconveniencing you.
Ooh. This one says, "Greetings, Korga." Alright, so Evo asked why the scars. Did you know that when I used to work at Arby's, I used to scar myself? Just for, you know, aesthetics. People kept getting freaked out by it, so I stopped because I'm not in the habit of freaking people out. But I've always liked the aesthetics of scars. But that's not actually why I do it in games. I have a lot of scars, but all of them are mental and emotional. And they're horrible and they're terrible, and I have a very good memory, so all of them stick with me forever. You know, I remember things from 30 years ago quite distinctly, and will do so for the next 40, 80, or 90,000. So, the idea is basically to take something that's a negative and turn it into something that's a positive, if that makes any kind of a sense.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Annaleus.
One moment, please. Mr. Annaleus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in. You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain colonial rubes.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Novaria's backers.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Annaleus.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
You want to know where I got these scars? You see, Evo, she's a drinker. Demon when she's on the bottle. She goes up one time and says, "Hey, Lore, what do you think of this particular drawing I just made?" It's good. It's good, Lore. It's good, Evo, please. Please don't. Why are you putting the knife into my mouth? Evo, I said it was good. Please, no. She says, "I don't think I believe you. Let's make sure that you never lie again." I can play an extraordinarily good Joker. I'd love to do it someday.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your time.
No, you don't.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity, or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in binary helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Novaria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
I have almost 2 million right now, by the way. But I'll do this just to do the quest.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
So, are the graphics improved in the Legendary Edition? Let's be very clear about this. No. Yes. Any questions?
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas? Commander Shepard, Systems Alliance Military. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
It's customary to perform minor genetic upgrades upon enlistment. I've been assigned to see what BH has to offer.
It was my understanding that the Alliance contracted to Mars Gene for its enhancement programs.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates. I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
I'll make sure that's in my report. The bean counters back at HQ can figure out the details. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose. My own job is to count beans. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Novaria, some not entirely legal.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes. Some days I like to enjoy private vices. You understand me?
I'm beginning to. It's obvious you have no knowledge of genetics, which makes it highly unlikely you were sent by the Alliance.
Are you calling me a liar, Mr. Vargas?
All I know is that you're wasting my time. Good day, Commander.
Ah, quest failed. Oh well.
What sort of offer did they make you?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Oh, sure, the company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacation, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort then? At the equator? Bounce backing, diving, an accredited ASA Eurofield?
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
So, Korgoth says Mass Effect 1 is the best game in the series. Do I agree or not? No. But, obviously, who knows, because I haven't finished reviewing these games yet. Chat can say whether they agree or not, of course, but ask me again after we finish Mass Effect 3 and I'll be able to give you a substantially more codified and defined answer.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Lorik Keen? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analaeus closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analaeus' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analaeus would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Why didn't Analaeus cancel your pass clearance?
Why should he? There's nothing outside but snow and hungry Nathak.
How did you get a pass?
I'm a manager. Most executives on Noveria are free to come and go as they will.
You have a plan?
I do. However, there is one other... What is that charming human expression? Fly in the lotion? Violence against Mr. Analaeus' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
I'll focus on trying to get your evidence. If I'm lucky, I won't have to fight anyone.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
No promises. Sorry. Ahem. Evo asks a relevant question. Do I think there's nuance to your ability to roleplay as Shepard in the Mass Effects? I think 2 will, Ross, but I think 2 is the only one that will. So, that is a fascinating question, really. But, So, in Mass Effect 3, you barely have the ability to roleplay at all. Because the amount of choices has been dragged down from a decent amount to hardly any amount to practically none whatsoever. And, while we're on the subject, I should probably mention that there's essentially 2 ways to play Mass Effect 3 in terms of role-playing, and that's it. In terms of Mass Effect 2, there's like 3, 4, or 5.
Elder brother? It's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the Traverse. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with Synthetic Insights. The manager, Lorik Keen. He got caught with his toes wet. The office is closed by Hanshan's administrator. I need you to see what you can find out about... Are you ready for his name? Ronadril Gan Swa Folsum Keratin Nar Ead Bella Analaeus. No, that's the administrator. The Hanshan administrator. Well, think about it. A Turian wouldn't risk getting his office closed. They don't compromise their team. That's drilled into them from boot camp. I think the administrator is using this Keen fella to draw flies from his own clutch. Of course I could look it up myself. But do you think I'm likely to get any unfiltered data through Noveria's own network? That, and it would take forever for any out-system search results to get back here. Thank you, Elder Brother. I have to go. Yes. I'll speak to you soon.
But anyways... 1 and 2 are the only ones that are probably going to get any positives for choices gameplay, which is what you're talking about, Evo. I do think 1 allows for more permutations and nuances in how you play yourself, because there's a lot of little cutscenes, just little stuff, where you can get little tidbits of what your character believes, or how they think about a specific topic, stuff like that, right? There's also, and that's it. It's nowhere near as much as stuff as you could do, like, say, in Dragon Age Origins, the golden standard of choice gameplay.
I'm sorry.
The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
Right. Hi. Oculus. I will take a drink.
Beat it.
Yeah, most of the role-playing is whether or not you agree with certain concepts or not when other characters talk about them. That was very strange. It's there, it's just not as much as some other games that could be mentioned. Why does it keep doing that? Twice now, it's literally refused to move forwards. Whatever. Oh, there's a few, but I can't think of a game off the top of my head that has better choices gameplay than Dragon Age Origins. In fact, I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to put my stamp on that. I don't see what's confusing about this, Oculus. Or Croatia. What's the issue here? Just really want this song to stop playing. It's drilling into my brain pretty badly, and it was overriding the damn dialogue, too. God, thank you, game. Some of the music in this game loops very well. And then there's that song. Yeah, thankfully the rest of Novaria's music is legit. What are you talking about? Yada. My goodness.
Spectre, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be a military tech. Except for Maiko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Analeas. And the matriarch came through.
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
No. 1-2 PC.
Access to the garage is restricted.
Fine. I was just...
Have a good day.
That's not where I was trying to go. My water is very expensive. Costs me about $20 a month.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
What are you doing in these offices?
The administrator's orders. Laura Keene is under investigation.
Analeas is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keene. Analeas has a Varen up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
That actually works for me. I'll kill everyone else, of course. You two get to live for having a brain. We gotta encourage people to have brains. Well, that's the gamble, isn't it, 1-2? Do you want the chance of having a remake that's actually good, or do you want the certainty of never getting a remake at all? Take your pick. What in the world is your arm doing? Oh my god! That looked wrong. Ugh. I'm pretty flexible. I don't think I could do that. See, that would be a good thing to clip, Mr. Red. I wonder. So I don't remember the exact quote, Act, but many, many, many years ago, when we very, very first started getting set up with actually monetizing the streams, I was in the middle of saying something, like, one of the things I have to know every day is just how much fear I feel, or something like that, right? I don't know what the specifics was, but that was like the sentence. But as I was talking, a donation notification came through, and back then they were much louder because we hadn't figured out a lot of this stuff yet. And so it was like, da-da-da-da-da, fear! And it, like, startled me, so I kind of stumbled over it. And so it became kind of a habit to say fear, and then fear, and then fear, every time someone donated. I stopped doing that because, A, it was killing my throat, and B, it was kind of a stupid tradition anyways, because I'm not much of a traditionalist. Traditions have to exist for a reason, and there was no real reason to keep doing that one. But that's where it came from.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Annaleus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
You're here off-duty breaking the law for bribe money. You expect us to feel bad for stopping you?
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk after I break your legs.
And she burned it up. The end. Like I said, we gotta cull the herd. Get rid of all the stupid people. And let the people with brains live. One of those circle of life kinds of things. That's just me being me, Canada Banks. That didn't come from anywhere. I am a strange person. Yeah, Tally's like, you're evil. We don't care. If you want to, Savacom, I'm not going to stop you.
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
It's probably Annaleus' thugs ripping the place apart.
Smartass, huh? That's fine. I can work with that. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Hey, Valerian. Oh, yeah. See, I don't have an ass, so I had to figure out something. Oh, we can finally see if Liara has an ass. Come here, Liara. I need to check out your ass for science. Nope, no ass. Okay, cool. Just verifying. Oh, yeah, that's a good one, Dirk. You know what we do to cop killers on my world? Do you know what we do to corrupt cops on my world? So we can confirm none of the characters have asses in Mass Effect 1. They were all stolen by the Council. We will see if this continues in Mass Effect 2.
What sort of offer did they make you?
Good. I don't think I'm supposed to mention numbers. They'd only write them down on paper.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs.
Why is an internal affairs agent here?
The executive board knows about Ananias' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
You work for Ananias. Can't you just take his records?
He's a crook, not a moron. He doesn't keep logs on his computer saying, "This month I stole 3 million credits." Keen's testimony and records are everything I need to prove Ananias' guilt in one package.
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Ananias' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
I thought corruption was the rule on Noveria.
The rule is, don't rock the boat. Self-interest is tolerated if it doesn't interfere with business. Ananias is driving customers away.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
Alright.
Alright, I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
If you do me this one kindness, on the day of my daughter's wedding, I would be most gratified. Deep down in my heart, you would prefer me to be in a gratified state.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Ananias.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Ananias' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board was already investigating Ananias. They're concerned about the worm in their own fruit.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
Oh yeah, and I failed your quest.
Any results?
He figured out what I was up to and left.
Unfortunate, but I cannot blame you for sharing my lack of success. We'll need to find another avenue to access Binary Helix.
I wish I could have been more help.
Not to worry. I will get what I want in the end. Good day, Spectre.
I am the Lich Queen. Oh, I got experience from that. I'm a little surprised by that. Really. How they massacre... Wait, the Mako's in Mass Effect 2? At all? So Don Crow says, which characters would I wish Final Destination Fate to? None in most of the games that I frequent. I'm not big on that. Let's see. Act says, have you ever caught yourself trying to suppress bad memories? So I can't suppress memories. What I can do is what I like to call avoid them, right? It's hard to explain, but the moment I think about them, they're there. If that makes any kind of sense. Excuse me. So, I don't think about them at all, and I just retain that level of self-control to not even look in that particular corner, right? It's over there. That's it. That's all.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
In fact, if you watched my Psychonauts... I forget if it was 1 or 2 video earlier this year, then you've actually seen me literally talk about what's referred to as compartmentalization. That's how I tend to deal with the actually bad memories.
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
Doesn't this help you? You don't seem particularly happy.
I'm ecstatic, but right now, I just feel like a long day of work is ending. While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
I'm gonna hold you to that. And thus, corruption was brought down slightly. The end. Let's see. Yeah, let me delete all these things. Best Joker ever? Mark Hamill. Easily. Does Deadpool know he's played by Ryan Reynolds? Yes. There's the scar question. Favorite or preferred funerary tradition? So, let me just get this out of the way really quick. I'm a little bit of a pragmatist. And I don't care. Funerals are for the living, not the dead. They're dead. The end. Move on. So, or moving on, excuse me. Not move on. Move on sounds like it's good. Move on! Your loved ones are dead. No, what I mean is, they're dead. The end. Moving on. That being said, there are a couple of interesting ones I've seen in fiction. I admit I've always had a fascination for the torpedo out into the sky thing. Or torpedo out into space thing, which is a common one in a lot of science fiction.
Access to the garage is restricted.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Thank you. Well, thankfully there's nothing out here that would cause me problems before I can do this. This is supposed to be your introduction to this type of enemy. We fought a few of these already.
I'd say these are what the matriarch had in the crates.
They really like to just charge, don't they? Look at that.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out. What did you do here, Commander?
Me? I'm the victim here. The Geth attacked us.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
If I were to guess, the matriarch packed them in the shipping container she arrived with.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia Sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
I need numbers, Captain. A dozen? 100?
Dozens, at least. They're machines. You could pack them tightly. I must report to the executive board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
Peace. I'm gonna go gain some more experience. Now, could someone deliver my Mako here, please? Let's see here. What would the Galactic Empire use Novaria for? Probably horrifically evil research, if I were to guess. Yeah! Oh, hang on. Hang on. I can make this. I can make this work. Hang on. There we go. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Yeah! Croatia! Listen, I could just teleport the Mako, or I do this and there's a Mako. It's great. What are you talking about, Lord Haramont? I think Lord Haramont's seeing things. Oh, by the way, notice the difference between this and the random planets, the side planets. Complete difference in design philosophy, enemy placement, terrain. Just, it's night and day. So, fun fact, when I first played this game for the first time in the history of the Ever, I did exactly what I did this time around, which was go do all the side stuff first. Because of course I did. Because that's how you play video games, damn it! Well, I was starting to think that the game sucked. I know that's a bit of a contentious thing to say, but I want you to picture that the only content you've really seen in this game is doing the random planets. Then I did the first real planet, finally, after all that. And it was just like, oh. Oh. There's content in this game. And yes, I know that sounds harsh, but that was effectively what was going through my head. Let's see here. Was the Shadow Broker cartoonishly evil in 2? No. Does Shepard have a license? Nope, we already covered that. Answer that one. Is Elon Musk helpful to humanity? Unintentionally, yes. I already answered that one. Already answered that one. I answered a lot of these, actually. Then I have 50 Evo questions, which I need more thought time on. What the hell is ecology from a national perspective? How does that even apply? Oh, dude. Someone Google Geth Colossus plush. Surely someone has made one of these on Etsy or something. No, what's going to happen is after I kill my father and take over the Bezos fortune, I'm going to kill Elon Musk and take over the Elon Musk fortune. And after I've taken over those two fortunes, I'm just going to gun for every other billionaire out there. Just go down the lines. There's a Lego Colossus? Oh, that sounds cute. There's a Tolly throw blanket. There's a Tolly plush? Like, Mass Effect is pretty big. I'm surprised there's not more stuff for it. Come on, Etsy. I'm disappointed in you. There's the Legion plush. Perfect. Get the Legion plush and the Tolly plush. Thank you, Kiss. Well, that doesn't count, Mr. There's an everything Funko Pop. I'm pretty sure there's a me Funko Pop. God, I hate Funko Pops. Let's see. Answer that question. Tolly was always popular. It's the hips. Fun fact, until I was playing Mass Effect, I think it was like my 3rd time through, I never noticed her face under the visor. I hate it. I still hate it to this very day. For the longest time, I just sort of saw the visor, right? But when I started playing it on a better engine, or excuse me, a better computer with better graphics, I can actually see the face underneath, and it just ruins her for me. So what you have to do, Ross, is you have to have Luna dance on Celestia. That's... she's walking on. Anyways, moving on. No, it's just... they didn't really design her face underneath there, on purpose, of course. So she doesn't really have a face. So instead there's just this weird, vague, like... It's like a mannequin underneath, you know? And just seeing the visor worked better. But yeah, I started noticing her eyes blinking underneath, and it's just like, whoa, that looks weird. I don't know what else to call it. Googly eyes. Oh, I would be into that, totally. Not like that. I mean, just like, I think that would be really cool. Just be like, hi, and then there's... That'd be great. Mr. Red, if you make a Lore Runner Funko Pop, I will destroy the entire country of the United Kingdom. I just want you to be aware of that fact. Nothing personal. Hey, look, something other than the bog standard 3 dungeons we've seen so far, too. It's crazy in here. Okay. Not gonna question that. Good point. Benezia's loaded. More reason to hook up with Liara. Huh? Am I right? You know, ironically, they actually mentioned several times that Saren is loaded.
User alert. All Peak 15 facilities have suffered a great deal of damage. Biohazard materials present throughout facility. Virtual intelligence user interface offline.
We'll need to get the reactors back online.
My God, of course there is. I mean, Saren has crap tons of money. I mean, he's a majority shareholder in a major corporation. That by itself speaks volumes, but he also has access to tons of resources, tons of mercenaries, tons of bases, lots of material, lots of armor, lots of weapons, etc., etc. He is loaded. Which, and as absolutely weird as it sounds, it makes perfect sense. Ignoring the obvious fact that, you know, he's got his whole shtick he's moving forward. The fact of the matter is, he's been a Spectre, a career Spectre for decades. Why
are the turrets facing the wrong way?
They want to keep their people in as much as they want to keep others out.
As unpleasant as it is to think about, any Spectre who lives for a long period of time is probably going to get a lot of resources and wealth at their back. Number one, they're a Spectre. They carry a tremendous amount of political weight and sway, in addition to being personal badasses. So there's a lot of ways for a Spectre to gain connections, affluence, wealth, and power. Now, that's if you're more corrupt or more interested in that kind of thing. But think about this for a second. Even if you're not any of those things, a Spectre who is successful for a long period of time is just going to garner resources simply by operating, simply by existing. I've always thought that if Shepard wasn't in the middle of, you know, dealing with the stuff we do in these games, we would probably become rather affluent as well in a fairly short period of time. Especially given that we have that foot in the Alliance military, too. And no, yeah, you're absolutely right, Loner. I mean, our name carries weight in Mass Effect 2 for a frickin' reason. So, assume the Covenant shows up here. What happens? So, obviously the answer is war, because the Covenant are religious zealots who are trying to kill people for no good reason. Other than that, though... You know what? I don't know. I'm going to default to I don't know. I I don't know the two settings well enough to compare their relative tech and military levels against each other. I thought Korra was codified that way, Lilamos. I didn't think that was a theory. Not sure about Vitra, though.
What was that?
Animals? Wind? This place is in bad shape.
Also supposed to be our first time seeing these things. Oh, definitely ridiculous Bond. Bond should be ridiculous. Give me the schlock. Banelings. I could be wrong, Lilumlos. And yes, we're on Novaria. Well, the next Mass Effect game... So, hang on. Everyone in chat, I got a challenge for you. What's the stupidest story you could think of for a new Mass Effect game? Some of you are going to meme and joke, and that's fine, but I'm looking for legitimately, like, the worst idea you could think of for the story for a new Mass Effect game. What do you think? See, I was thinking Shepard versus the Reapers again, because that is extraordinarily stupid. I thought surely we could go worse than that.
Xenobiology is not my field. Maybe someone in the labs knows.
Playing as undead Kai Lang. No, Kai Lang is just that good. He just lived. That's it. He just lived. See, what Sean's saying is a joke answer, like I said earlier. You gotta get those memes in. It's very important. These are giving a lot of money. Well, Ross, I feel like I already answered that question. Yeah, no, unfortunately, the dumbest thing I could think of that's actually feasible to happen is them just bringing Shepard back to fight the Reapers again.
It must be for the station. The damage is not extensive.
So, that's going to be my answer. It would be really lame. What do you think, Evo? Well, so we're being asked, what's the worst yet still feasible plot that could happen for a Mass Effect 4? Or, excuse me, 5. So what I've been trying to come up with is the dumbest plot idea that's still feasible. That's something that could actually happen. The dumbest thing I came up with was Shepard's back to fight the Reapers again.
Critical startup error. Virtual intelligence user interface offline. Manual boot required.
Okay. I mean, you know, somehow the Reapers have returned, and so has Shepard. Why Reapers? Because it's the dumbest thing I could think of. I feel like we just covered those. But what I'm asking is your idea, Evo. How stupid yet feasible of a terrible idea can you come up with? Oh yeah, I forgot this is even a thing. That's what I thought. So we should do that there. What? That should have done it. Alright. Cerberus are harvesting Reaper's remains and become the new big bag, and then they bring back Shepard to fight Cerberus. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Do I even have that much Omni Gel on me? I do not, but give me a second. Let's just do this very slowly. Well, that was barely enough to do this. Bergman's idea is it's the next cycle.
It looks like you're trying to restore this facility. Would you like help?
No, Clippy. How many people are even going to get that nowadays? The dominant powers have found Shepard's DNA, cloned them with their memories intact, which makes no sense at all, and they unite with the galaxy to fight the Reapers, only there's no conclusion because all bait for a sequel that gets cancelled at the last minute. Oh my god.
You're the virtual intelligence that runs this place?
This system is monitored to respond to the name Mira. May I ask your name?
Commander Shepard. I work for the Citadel Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
One moment, please. Council authority confirmed. You are entitled to secure access of all systems. Please note that queries relating to corporate secrets require privileged access. Privileged access is only available to Binary Helix executives. This system is ready to process queries. You may access me at any holographic interface within Peak 15.
I need to find Matriarch Benezia.
Lady Benezia departed on the passenger tramway to the Rift Station subsidiary labs. User alert. The tramway system is currently inoperable.
What's the situation here?
One moment, please. Diagnostics in progress. Critical failure. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Critical failure. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger tram systems are offline. Report complete. Do you have an additional system status query?
Do you know why the reactor was shut down?
I'm sorry, but I was offline at the time. Shutdown could occur if reactor breach seems likely, or in the case of catastrophic laboratory containment failure. Emergency guidelines suggest the frigid environment will kill biological contagions. It may also damage mechanical ones.
Turn off the heat and hope the cold puts whatever you've unleashed to sleep. Nice.
What do I need to do to get the power back on?
The valves to the helium-3 fuel line must be opened. This can be done at the controls on the reactor assembly proper.
What are the landlines, and why are they disabled?
The landlines connect my mainframes here at Central Station to the various sub-facilities of Peak 15. This allows the crew to remotely access my databases from the comfort and security of their labs. When emergency protocols were implemented within the hot labs, the cabling was automatically ejected.
How do I reconnect the landlines?
The landlines are designed for easy reconnection. The router for the landlines is on the roof of operations. Simply activate the controls and the hardware will reconnect and reboot automatically.
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry, but I need a more specific query.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out. User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline. Now exiting to the roof. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
I've got it. So, we play as Shepard, right? AKA Blue Shepard. And we're going through... Well, that's pretty. Effectively playing as a... Oh my gosh. As a Reaper, right?
User alert. Main reactor shut down.
It's actually a city builder.
Emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. User alert. Landline connections are disabled. Passenger trams are offline.
Thought that one had my name on it.
All patched up.
Yeah, exactly. You just mind control people into becoming your workers.
User alert. Online. How may I assist you?
What are the landlines, and why are
The
they disabled?
When emergency protocols were implemented...
Tell me what happened here.
I'm sorry.
That's all I need.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Oh, here it is. Landline repaired. Yeah, hang on. I can do this. The game starts, right? You're playing as Shepard, and you're fighting Reapers, personally, like with the Carnifex. You're just, bah! And you're like killing Reapers. Every shot kills a Reaper, a whole thing. Just...
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
But there's just too many of them. Eventually, Shepard is being overwhelmed by the Reapers, who are just swarming over her, literally. And this is just blanketing her, and finally it all just kind of slowly fades to black, and you wake up, and you're on this weird, bumpy cart going through, like, a snowy terrain, and you hear this voice saying, "Oh, we're finally awake."
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
And yeah, like, the camera, instead of going with the camera, just stops, and you just watch the cart going off into the town as the credits play. And there you go, that's Mass Effect 5.
Now entering.
Now, the best part is, they release Mass Effect 5 on like every console. So even consoles that aren't out anymore, you could buy it on an NES cartridge and still do it.
User alert. Main reactor shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required. Shut down in accordance with emergency containment procedures. Manual restart required.
Yeah, I'm getting that vibe, Venters. More so than I thought I would be. I'll tell you what. We good, game? Wanna stop spamming me here? User alert. Activity has been completed. Ah! Okay, I did put that down. I have in fact streamed Darkest Dungeon, although it was actually back before the game came out. It was still in early access at the time. Never beat it, because I never tried. But I am familiar with it, yes. Well, that hurt a little bit. Hello, comics anime. Oh god. Imagine having to deal with a Hanar computer for a second. Like, just picture that. This interface regrets to inform you that due to the current actions being taken by the user, this one cannot allow that one to progress through the current interactions they are attempting to do with regards to the file folder this one currently is attempting to access. How to fry fish? How do you cook fish? Can you cook fish? Okay. Get good bread. And... oh! I've got it. Okay. So, what you do... you wait for the people to attack me. Oh, they didn't attack me. Holy crap. So you got the fish, right? So get a thing like a tin, Tupperware. Crack a couple of eggs in there. Just leave it there. So there's the Tupperware of eggs, and here's the get a Tupperware of flour, and then get a Tupperware, third one, of crushed like get cornflakes. Crush them up a bunch, okay? So then you got your fish. And you go plunk into the eggs. I think, right? It's eggs. Yeah, eggs first, then flour, then the cornflakes, then you fry them. Now, I've never done that with fish, because I hate fish, but I have done that with sausage, and it works out quite well.
Now entering decontamination and transit hub. User alert.
Oh my god, I was joking. I was about to joke that there's still user alerts happening.
Inadvisable.
Whatever, let's go deal with the user alert, shall we?
They are locked in.
I could buy.
You could what, Liara? I mean, Tali?
Control group, loosen them. They're in... Can't escape. The tunnels now. We're sorry. The leads couldn't get to the struck. Get out while you can.
He killed himself because he was part of whatever happened here?
He must have felt there was no hope of surviving, that killing himself would be easier.
Let's double check that theory. Yep, he's dead. I wonder what that feels like.
Connections restored. Processing new data. User alert. Unable to connect to hot lab facilities.
That's all I need right now.
Very well, Commander. Logging you out.
Check with double taps. I will be right back. I won't be long.
Central Station. Destination, Rift Station.
There are so many, Image. There are so many. What do you think the command should be? Like, if you were designing the command, pull up the document, what would you type?
Now arriving at Rift Station, Binary Helix Research Facility.
Review? Well, that's you, Croatia. MLP? No, that's not going to work out. That's right, I'm putting you on the spot. You don't answer in 5 seconds. Score? Well, score works. We got about 50 or so commands, and the specific reason why is so that whatever is natural or automatic for you is just something you can type in.
Stand down.
Howdy, howdy.
Sorry, we couldn't be sure what was on the tram.
Can those things work a train's controls?
Hell if I know. I'm not assuming any goddamn thing. Look, you're human and that's enough that I won't shoot, but I'd like to know who you are.
My name is Shepard. I'm a Spectre.
Huh. I won't look a heavily armed horse in the mouth. The aliens overran the hot labs last week. Only Han Olar got out, and he ain't all there anymore.
Yeah.
The first we knew, the bastards were clawing into my command post. We had a lot more staff then.
You were taken by surprise and had civilians to protect. You did a good job, Captain.
Yeah? Sure as hell doesn't feel like it. The board sent an Asari to clean up the mess. She went to the hot labs yesterday. We haven't heard from her since.
I'm not gonna let any of your people die.
All I can do is hold out here and protect the civilians. There's an emergency elevator out by the trams. This card will let you activate it. Can take you down to the hot labs. Oh, and if you need any first aid, Dr. Cohen's downstairs in the med bay.
Tell me about Rift Station.
I can't talk about everything. What do you need to know?
Tell me about the defenses here.
Secure enough that you shouldn't poke in corners.
I was just impressed with your operation. Being able to weather a week of assaults is no mean feat.
Only the best get assigned to high-security facilities like this. What impresses me most is the turrets, alarms, and cameras. They're all routed through a central location out by the quarantine labs. One guy can lock down the whole facility. The security hub's the last logical fallback, and we'd have cover from the turrets all the way.
What kind of research is done here?
Beats me. I'm not supposed to know. So long as people don't start dying, it's not my problem.
What can you tell me about the aliens?
Ask Dr. Olar. He's the only one who made it out of the hot labs. He's the only Volus left in here.
I need to know more about the situation in the hot labs.
The facility's off the network. The only way to find out would be to send scouts down the elevator, and I won't send my people to their death.
Did the aliens come from inside the facility, or did they attack from outside?
You want my personal opinion? Labs like that exist to do stupid crap that gets people killed.
You're certain the matriarch is still in the hot labs?
She hasn't come back here. You came through Central Station, so she ain't there.
How are your people holding up?
We weren't expecting the initial wave. They made it inside. We lost some good people. Those of us left are short-handed. We've kept order by long shifts and stems. I don't like it, but I don't see an alternative.
I've got work to do.
Yeah, I hear that. Hell! Man the perimeter!
You hear me out. I've got a weird idea for dealing with these things. What if we uplift the Krogan? Eh?
Thanks for the help. Every few hours, a group comes up the tram tunnel. It's actually better since we locked down the elevator.
They always attack here? It's an obvious kill zone.
Their only other option is over the mountain and down through the ducts, and they freeze like everyone else. I don't know why they keep throwing themselves against our defenses. Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Okay, there's it. What do you mean, Nurse?
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
What?
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Do you know Matriarch Benezia?
Why ask me and not your friend?
Because I do not know anything about the matriarch.
Then why would I?
That's all for now.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
I was sent here to find an Asari matriarch.
Surprised? One has visited recently. Furtively. There are rumors she has gone to the hot lab. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventralis.
You know what's funny, Lord Haramond, is soonish, actually literally in a few weeks, there'll be cross-faction tagging. So they could get credit for the mob that you tagged. Took me about 20 years to get there, but, you know, it counts. Eh. Oh, you're playing classic. I'd make a joke here, but I don't want you to take it too seriously.
What? No! Sorry, I haven't had much sleep since the attack. Is there something you need?
What sort of work do you do here?
I can't say. I signed a non-disclosure agreement. If we survive, I'd like to keep my job. The location is terrible, but the pay is better than any other commercial lab.
You're not happy on Peak 15?
The outside world doesn't exist here, just walls of ice and rock. There's only the work, the discovery. It's easy to forget why science is guided by ethics. Maybe we're paying for that now.
What do you know about the hot labs?
Nothing, I didn't work there. As far as I know, Han Olar was the only survivor.
Is he in the medical ward?
No, he's staying in the science team's quarters. Be gentle with him. He had a trying experience.
I'm looking for an Asari.
Asari? Well, there's Dr. Ialis over there. There's also our guest, Lady Benezia. Captain Ventralis might know where she is.
How are you holding up?
It would be petty to complain after showering off a coworker's brain. None of us have had enough sleep since the attack. Of course, not all of us have guns.
I'll talk to you later.
Remember to report any suspicious noises.
Warning. Watchdog protocol is active.
I've always wondered if an Elcor could lie. So, you can do the whole dungeon, or you can just go through the front door and end up killing all the guards. You get more experience this way. mean, I don't know, I could have helped them, but I do like the idea of killing them all instead. In my defense, they attacked me. I was just trying to go through the damn door. And they're like, oh my god, kill him! Like, okay, real talk, what I'm doing here is not evil. It's not great. I mean, even ignoring what these people do here, I literally was just going through a damn door and they all decided to start shooting me.
You do not know the privilege of being a mother. There is power in creation. To shape a life, turn it toward happiness or despair. Her children were to be ours, raised to hunt and slay Saren's enemies. I won't be moved by sympathy, no matter who you bring into this confrontation.
Liara's here because she wants to be, not because I asked her to.
Indeed. What have you told him about me, Liara?
What could I say, Mother? That you're insane? Evil? Should I explain how to kill you? What could I say?
Have you faced an Asari commando unit before? Few humans have.
I can't believe you'd kill your own daughter.
I now realize I should have been stricter with her.
No, comics anime. That is Marina Sirtis. She doesn't do that good of a job here. I mean, no disrespect. She's actually a good actress. I've heard her do some good stuff. This is not that. I don't think it's negative territory, it's just not positive territory. Compare and contrast the guy who voices Saren, who just knocks it out of the park. Yeah, there's a lot of possible reasons why this could have just been eh. You'll notice, by the way, this is a boss fight, aka this isn't a boss fight at all. One thing I've been quoted as saying several times, and I'm gonna say this again, is Mass Effect 1 doesn't have boss fights. For the record, I do think that's a bad thing. Especially in a setting like this where it's really easy to design boss fights. Yeah, it tries to have boss fights. It has things that it probably thinks are boss fights. They're really not. This is literally just an ad fight, a wave fight. For example. Yeah, there's a reason her dress looks terrible.
This is not over. Saren is unstoppable. My mind is filled with his light. Everything is clear.
The Rachni didn't cooperate with you. Why should I?
I will not betray him. You will... You must listen. Saren still whispers in my mind. I can fight his compulsions, briefly, but the indoctrination is strong.
How can he compel you? He's not even here.
People are not themselves around Saren. You come to idolize him, worship him. You would do anything for him. The key is Sovereign, his flagship. It is a dreadnought of incredible size, and its power is extraordinary.
What do you mean?
Thoughts echo strangely within Sovereign. Its rooms are built at unsettling angles. The longer you stay aboard, the more Saren's will seems correct. You sit at his feet and smile as his words pour into you. It is subtle at first. I thought I was strong enough to resist. Instead, I became a willing tool, eager to serve. He sent me here to find the location of the Mu relay. Its position was lost thousands of years ago.
Someone on Noveria found it?
2,000 years ago, the Rachni inhabited that region of our galaxy. They discovered the relay. The Rachni can share memories across generations. Queens inherit the knowledge of their mothers. I took the location of the relay from the Queen's mind. I was not gentle.
You can still make it right. Give me the information.
I was not myself, but I should have been stronger. I transcribed the data to an OSD. Take it, please.
Knowing the relay's coordinates is not enough. Do you know where he planned to go from there?
Saren wouldn't tell me his destination. But you must find out quickly. I transmitted the coordinates to him before you arrived. You have to stop me. I can't. His teeth are at my ear. Fingers on my spine. You should. Oh, you should.
Mother! Don't leave! Fight him!
You've always made me proud, Liara. Die!
Shield down!
She said to die. What? I was actually testing something. Color me surprised. There was a mid-mission checkpoint. Did you see that?
I cannot go on. You will have to stop him, Shepard.
Hold on. We've got Netagel. Maybe we can...
No. He is still in my mind. I am not entirely myself. I never will be again.
Mother!
Good night, little wing. I will see you again with the dawn. No light. They always said there would be a...
Yes, that's the first time they mentioned the phrase indoctrination. Probably after Vermeer, boss. welcome to one of the only choices that actually matters in Mass Effect 1.
Serves as our voice. We cannot sing. Not in these low spaces. Your musics are colorless.
Who am I speaking to here?
We are the mother. We sing for those left behind. The children you thought silenced. We are Rachni.
The Krogan wiped the Rachni out 1,000 years ago.
The sky is quiet now. Our mother's songs are lost. And those who slew us now walk to meet the same fate. The children we birthed were stolen from us before they could learn to sing. They are lost to silence. And their suffering, they cannot be saved. They will only cause harm as they are.
I don't understand. Why are your children killing people?
These needlemen, they stole our eggs from us. They sought to turn our children into beasts of war, claws with no songs of their own. Our elders are comfortable with silence. Children know only fear if no one sings to them. Fear has shattered their minds.
I understand. A child left alone in a closet until she is 16 would not be sane.
If you're sure they can't be saved.
It is lamentable, but necessary. Do what you must. Before you deal with our children, we stand before you. What will you sing? Will you release us? Are we to fade away once more?
Look, those tanks? Acid. Strong enough to kill anything, no matter its biology. They wouldn't have installed that if they weren't afraid of the consequences of her getting loose.
They made a mistake. They let the Krogan go too far. This is a chance for us to atone. She has done nothing to us.
Your companions hear the truth. You have the power to free us, or return our people to the silence of memory.
If I let you live, would you attack other races again?
No, I do not know what happened in the war. We only heard discordance, songs the color of oily shadows. We would seek a hidden place to teach our children harmony. If they understand, perhaps we would return.
Are you a survivor from the war? A clone?
We do not know. We were only an egg, hearing Mother cry in our dreams. A tone from space hushed one voice after another. It forced the singers to resonate with its own sour yellow note. Then we awoke in this place, the last echo of those who came out from the singing planet. The sky is silent.
I won't destroy your entire race. You'll go free.
You will give us the chance to compose anew? We will remember. We will sing of your forgiveness to our children.
Yeah, much better voice acting than Marina Sirtis was putting in earlier. Again, I don't know what's up with that. I suppose we never will at this point. Yeah, no, it's funny, Mag, depending on who you pick. You can stack the deck, so to speak. You really want to be amusing about it. Well, it could be bad direction, because something I've noticed myself when speaking as a voice director is sometimes if you try to get someone who doesn't know how to sound evil, what they sound like is exactly like Benezia sounded like earlier. I will destroy you. Wait, hang on. And they always lower their voice. I will destroy you, and you will fall before... You know what I'm talking about, right? I hear it all the time. Benezia wasn't evil, but I guarantee you that's what her voice director was telling her. Just be evil. Okay. It's generic as crap. It's possible that this was her first draft of lines. That's the thing that happens too. You know, in other words, like, these might have been her demo reel, and they just decided to use them in the final thing. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities, but one way or another, she sucked. Suckitude engaged. Where am I? Yeah, come on, game. There we go. Speak for yourself. I actually have a completely separate category for voice direction because of how often that comes up. Because I am very turned around, apparently. This is where I want to be. Except that door won't open, so it has to be... Well, that's the other thing I mentioned. It's entirely possible that they didn't have the time to nail out the directing and the acting properly. Even a good actor with a good director probably isn't going to do a great job on their very first take, right? And if we're being honest, there's also the last possibility there. Because some actors who are good actors just struggle with voice acting, because voice acting is a different thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. It's a different animal, and several actors just have no idea how to voice act. Peter Dinklage is one of the more famous examples of that, but there's a bunch. That's fine, Qualitas. Let's just get out of here. Wait, we can purge Novaria? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you can just leave. That's hysterical. I don't think I've ever done this before. Website, Rain36.
What's our next move, Commander? Head for the Mu Relay?
Website.
The Mu Relay could link to dozens of systems. Unless we know exactly where Saren's going, we'd just be wasting our time.
The Commander is right. We cannot rush off blind. We still need to learn more about Saren.
Who put you in charge? Did the Commander resign when I wasn't looking?
We're all on the same team here, Williams. She's just trying to help.
Sorry, Commander.
This is a tough mission. We're all on edge. Everyone go get some rest. Crew, dismissed.
Novaria report is away, Commander. You want me to patch it through to the Council?
Oh, yeah.
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, do not cut me off like last time. I failed to find it amusing.
Whoops.
And we're out.
Oh my god. So for those of you who haven't heard me say that last time, I've never done that. I've never hung up on these people before. Oh, that was great. Do not hang up on me again. Whoops. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Joker's just ready for it. He knows. He knows. He's with it. I was going to say, that's the first line Mark Meer has done a good job of in the entire game. Oops. What was I looking at? The Mako. Right, right. Oh my goodness. Come on, game. Yeah, imagine if we could just do that in Mass Effect 2. Like, yeah, whoop, oh, sorry. Joker is legit. I think that's all my thoughts so far on gameplay. I don't have any outstanding thoughts. I have a lot of outstanding thoughts on story positives. I need to just organize this a little bit. My goodness. Look at this nonsense. Let's do this here. So we're up to this many story positives that have been codified. There we go. Okay. I'd love to keep streaming, but my cutoff point was about 15 minutes ago. Tomorrow, at roughly 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will continue and go ahead and hit Pharos. And whoops!